Was it an accurate depiction? Is that the word?
Yeah,
Okay,
accurate
cool.
depiction.
Accurate depiction of what we thought Claire's season was like, because I feel like watching it, everyone, saw Claire and Dale, and everyone was like, oh, well, she's not talking to a lot of the other guys. What was your viewpoint of it being there?
I think from just besides Jason and I, there wasn't anyone else that I ever talked to that was like, I really feel something with Claire. So the only one I really bounced things off of was Jason, because I felt like we were in a similar kind of spot. Everyone else I had talked to made me feel like I was doing really well with Claire, because everyone else said there was nothing happening with them. And because I didn't have like a great relationship with Dale, not that it was bad, but we didn't talk that much. And I didn't know what was really going on with the Dale and Claire thing. And even though everyone had told me that, I think something's going on there, she's going to run off with him, like, I was like, yeah, but like, I'm kissing her, like, I'm having some of these things too. So like, I just compared between Jason, the rest of the guys, and like, that was it. And so I was so confused because I was so wrong the whole time. And now watching it back, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, from the limo, like, it was over. And like, I can't believe that like I stressed as much as I did. I just wish I had more of an in and saw things. Because other than that one date, the one date where she spent like 45 minutes with him, like before everyone else. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like Easy came into the room. Aside from that, I'd never seen her and Dale do anything that was like spectacular other than the first impression rose. So I just thought like, no, like I'm killing it with her. Like,
yeah, and I think that's why
we saw that. We
were confused. Yeah, because we were like, wait, why does Blake think he's killing it with Claire? Because we're only seeing Claire and Dale. So it was kind of the opposite of what you were seeing.
Yeah, I never had seen any of the stuff in person. I wasn't on the dates to like see them really hitting it off and all kind of stuff. So for me, like, I was just, thought I was doing great. Like, I thought I was up there with Dale and Jason. And then meanwhile, like, she did. It was rough. So when she came in, that's why I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I couldn't believe, like, I literally couldn't believe it. You saw me. I was just touching my beard and being like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I think we all may have tweeted like, wait, why is Blake so shocked?
Yeah.
Which this explains it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think you were going to get this kind of, I forget who said it, but one of the guys specifically said like, Blake is just over there. He's like, Blake's talking about sex all the time. It was something along those lines where it was like, wait, what? It came out of nowhere, which is why we were so confused. And then it felt like you almost got that edit watching it back. And now when you watched it, were you like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so for the most part, I think when the guys are shooting the shit around the house, like when they're not on dates and stuff, like, we talk about everything you can think of. Like, it's basically like a locker room, sports locker room, like guys sitting around the pool shooting shit, whatever, right? But sex isn't like a scary topic for me. So no matter how I talk about it, like, people can get like real uncomfortable, like bringing it up. And like, this is where like I like what Katie's about on that season, because like, she's just very open. Like, some people don't like that. Like, you mentioned sex, or like it's to themselves, it's a private thing. Like, it's a very natural thing that all three of you probably thought about today at some point. Like, so why do we?
I mean,
why
we talked
do we
about your mom and that.
there you go. So like, it's just something that's very like open for me to talk about. So I don't shy away from that conversation. It should be one that's more like, anyways. So for the whole sex thing, like, it's just maybe I talk about it more than the other guys in terms of like, because I'm more comfortable, but not in like crazy ways. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just with The Bachelor, because of the audience, sometimes it comes across like, whoa, this is this crazy sex machine, but it's really, you're just like a normal guy.
Very just normal, just okay with talking about it. And because I was one of the only ones that's really okay with talking about it and orgasm aggressively as I did, made a dick and all those things, that, I come across as like,
yeah, well, it's those things start to add up when you list them all out like that.
No, for sure. I'm very open. That's all. Very open.
That's good. Before Claire's season even started, there were a lot of rumors about, had Claire and Dale talked before and things like that, when in reality, it seemed like you were actually the one who reached out to Claire and slid into the DMs. What made you do that? And did any of the other guys on the season know that you did that?
There was only a couple guys that knew. I think I had told like Kenny and like a couple guys like during the season portion. But I also, when when I explained to them that I had done that, it wasn't like the type of slide in that like.
Wasn't a you up? It wasn't a you up text.
No, it was very just a genuine, like, okay. I knew it was Claire for like 4 months, right? Because I went on the original casting. We got sent home in March. And then, okay, I knew I had 4 months before I was going to see her again. So I like completely dove in. I researched everything about her, Instagram, everything. I knew everything. But if you're the lead, don't you want someone who's like completely invested, knows everything about me? Like,
especially Claire.
I mean, Claire, yeah,
Claire
she sent people home for not knowing her.
Yeah, exactly. She made that very clear.
Like, and the thing is, like, this isn't some 25-year-old bachelorette who's like, no, like, Claire's literally here for a husband. Like, this is what she wants. So if you're not coming in fully invested in doing your homework and like finding out all the surface level things so that you can get to the meaningful, deep things when you're there with her, you're wasting time. So I dove in, and when I saw that when I was creeping her, she posted like live stories, and she would talk about her mom and all these things. Then she posted like a heartfelt kind of story saying that she was really struggling. And so I'm like, hey, well, listen, if Claire is looking for someone that's like genuine, like really invest in all these things, and like she's really going through a hard time, like I'm an idiot to not see this and be like, hey, listen, I hope for all the best. Like, I'm thinking of you, and hopefully I'll see you soon. It was like a very just brief paragraph.
That's brownie points. I would be impressed.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like watching her talk the way she had done and be so serious and talk about all these things, like there was no way she was taking that message and like being like, why are you messaging me?
Right.
There's no fucking way. There was just no way. Although she did make me feel like that on night one. When I'm like, holy fuck, I just showed up here and you're going to screw me like this? Like, get out of here. Like, I was sweating buckets and I was doing the whole bite lip thing and like, you know, the whole thing. But yeah, no, I just knew that she wouldn't take it and run with it in a negative way. She responded very briefly, and it was good. I felt good, but I was sweating though when I saw her doing like the whole typing with the dot. I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have done this. It was like 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, shouldn't have done this. I'm fucked. But no, it was good. All ended up being okay.
Did you slide back in after you found out her and Dale split up?
No, I have not talked to her since the breakup. We had spoke when her and Dale were together. We jumped on a quick FaceTime when Dale was there too, just like shooting the shit. I just wanted to like reach out, and because on episode 4, when I was like, they're not gonna work. There's no fucking way. All those things, like because they looked so great up until that point. I reached out, I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. I had no idea you guys connected the way you did. So my bad. But now it's all kind of.
But you were kind of right.
Yeah, it seemed like
anyway.
Yeah. So like yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious. Have you been a fan of the show? Like, how did you end up on The Bachelor? Have you watched past seasons? Because the way you said it with Claire was that you were ready. You knew it was going to be Claire. Did you specifically go on for Claire or no?
No, I didn't go on for Claire. Because the first time around we didn't know. I had speculation as to who potentially would have been, and actually like there was the talks that it could have been Tayshia as well.
Yeah.
It was like Tayshia, Claire, and a couple other people. But as soon as it started to look like it was more like Claire, then I started like diving a little bit more into her. But no, it was super random. I watched Peter Weber's season because pretty early in the casting process, like I felt good about the potential of probably getting on the show. So I started watching more intently on Peter's season just to understand what it was going to be like. But before that, my mom had watched Bachelorette seasons. I remember like the Krista, whatever her name is, the first ever Bachelor season. I remember that one specifically because it was like the new thing. Yeah, I remember that one. But no, other than Peter's season, I didn't know really much about it. But as soon as I knew I was getting on, then I was like, hey, I need to get into understand what the fuck's going to go happen here because I don't want to look like an idiot. But yeah, then it was just random. My buddies, I play on a beer league hockey team here, and it was more like I do anything and everything. Like I'm spontaneous, adventurous. I don't give a fuck. I live once. Let's do this type thing. That's my attitude. My buddy's like, well, like why don't you go do one of these like those dating shows? Like you're different. Like you don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Like jump on one of these things. And I went home, I applied, and then all of a sudden just spiraled out of control. So it was random. Really
love
random.
It just sounds like he got dared by his buddies playing hockey to go join the Bachelorette.
Basically how it started. But at the same time, like this is my whole issue is that like the last 2.5 years I've been single and I've been super, super picky. I would date people and just like, no, if it didn't check off all the boxes, like, no, like I believe in like, there's that one person for you. I don't settle, none of that shit. And so because like there's this whole like this is the Bachelorette, I was like, okay, I like put her up on this pedestal, right? I'm like, this is the girl that I've been looking for. This is the girl that's gonna like do it for me, right? So that was also very enticing for me. Once I realized I was potentially gonna get on the show, then I started my mind started switching, being like, okay, this is actually probably gonna be a very viable option. They make the Bachelorette a catch, so like you have no excuses now. Like if you get there and like she's the one, then like
right,
here you are,
pre-vetted.
Like, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah.